Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome back to Star Wars Rebellion. Last time we had accomplished one of the major tasks for this game, that being the capture of Coruscant. There still is two more tasks. Somewhere out there is Vader, somewhere out there is Palpatine. I have to find them and capture them. But there are quite a few worlds I could be on. Also, my original plan was to just kind of, maybe like capture a planet, use my diplomatic team to, turn them over to my side, and then repeat that a few times. But, looking at it, I find it's almost not necessary, because... Actually, I should fix that. Oh, nope, they're taking care of Gorman. I should focus more on garrisoning planets, defending planets, and then move on. And that's what I think I'm going to focus on instead. So once Gorman is shielded, laser battery. Once Coruscant is shielded, laser battery. I gotta move these Wookiee regiments back onto the ship. Then I should be able to just move on. Like, I shouldn't have to wait for Luke, Leia, Mon Mothma, Jan Dodonna, Borsk, and Vanden to make everybody in Coruscant like me. I could just start moving around, because clearly the capture of Coruscant has affected the systems in this sector. So I should be able to pretty quickly take over these three other places. Also, there's the chance that they might continue to send ships to Coruscant, which would be very convenient because they don't have much of a fleet left. I think all of their fleet was just at Coruscant.
R2 has a message from one of our field personnel.
Alright, so the shipyard on Varn is done, but I don't think they have anything else for me to... Actually, I did lose a lot of regular ships in that first fight. Wow, I went down from 82 to 41. So, I will have Varn manufacture X-Wings and send them... yeah, send them to Chandrilla. Oh!
R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has been received.
Another attempt at taking back Coruscant. It has failed.
R2 has some good news about support for the Alliance.
And they did nothing. Actually, hold on. Oh my. Their repeated losses are becoming very problematic. So Vena's done with the shield generators, going to Gorman. So let's add in a LNR Series 2. But yeah, there's uprisings all around this sector. Yeah. That's interesting. Like, their attempts at taking back Coruscant are becoming problematic to their cause. They might actually lose their planets because of their attempts. I might even have to move the ships in that direction.
R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has been received.
They're still sending their own versions of the infiltrators here and there, so it's not like they've given up just yet. They're a computer AI. They do not have the ability to give up. Also, I've been thinking, one thing that I realized is, my tactics in this game would not work very well against a human opponent. And you can say that for a lot of strategy games that are focused on AI. And Mon Mothma's still working at it. Because,
Says one of our agents is reporting in.
like, I think, actually, where's Raltier? Oh, yeah, I was gonna get rid of 2 of these. Let's start building, actually, hold on. Yeah. Let's build some advanced in Raltier. Like, it's a bit late in the game to worry about that, but... Oh, hello. A single interdictor cruiser. That's it. Yeah, and it actually hurt their reputation. They really should stop trying to send every single ship they have at Coruscant, because it is not going very well for their cause. Oh. I got distracted and didn't notice Uvena was done with their building. Now, the only advantage to them losing a lot of ships, though, is...
R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has been received.
Is that they're going to be getting back a lot of their maintenance monitor, because they don't have any upkeep. Let's see, I deployed all of the troops to Gorman, so actually I'm going to just have Avram build enough of these to take care of the remaining 3 systems. So let's say 24 regiments. That way I won't necessarily have to worry about building more when the time comes. I could just shift everybody over.
R2 has a message from one of our field personnel.
Alright, so now this ship can join the fleet. And I believe there is still a Nebulon B frigate. Oh, there we go. And that's not expected until 1184, so not that long. Okay, so I think I've decided what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start moving my fleet around after the Coruscant has gotten their Gen Cores deployed. That way I don't have to worry about Imperial folks. Clearly they're in that section, if I had to guess.
R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has been received.
I would imagine those 2 sections are going to be a little bit trickier to take over. Only because of their distance from everything else.
From one of our fleets indicating it has dropped out of hyperspace and has arrived at its destination.
But I'm sure I'll manage. Okay, so they managed to put a stop to the uprising, which is fine.
Goal has been achieved.
I didn't actually need it to be successful. It's just convenient, although that essentially means they probably have a large amount of troops there. But I won't find that out until a little bit later. Actually, hold on a second. Oh. These X-Wings are fast, actually. As they're already arriving at Chandrilla. But I'm going to be moving my fleet today. I believe. Because, yep. So let's go over to Balmora, and I'm going to save my game before I do any kind of, like, any bombardment or planetary takeovers. Oh, alright. I was expecting that to take longer. So let's have the Nebulon B frigate meet them there. Ooh.
R2 has a message from
They have a fleet there. A Star Galleon.
indicates that a manufacturing message has been received.
And they've been destroyed, and I have no casualties of any kind. Smuggling benefits on Belmora have ended. Smugglers on Belmora exist. It is an interesting combination of messages at the exact same time. So they've got 2 shields, so I cannot just go planetary assault. But I can bombard them, so let's see how well this goes. Actually, let's let this frigate arrive. It's just going to be 2 days of blockading the system. Oh, not the Star Galleon. So let's move them. Let's check this out. And actually, I should move all of the X-Wings that have arrived so far. You know, that's something that I hadn't really thought about, is like, what if you have every system kind of just covered in X-Wings? Is that a viable defense? Like, you can pump X-Wings out pretty readily. Planetary bombardment.
R2 has some good news about support for the Alliance.
So I destroyed their military.
Message has been received.
And I've lost a Nebulon B frigate. And X-Wings? What were they doing bombarding the structure? Oh, I bombarded them and then, they switched sides. Alright. Oh, and that was the system that had their construction facilities, which means now I have their construction facilities. So I can just use them to build their own ships, their own shields, and then I could have Uvina build the laser defenses. And Avram shift over their Sullustan regiments. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that would be a pretty quick way to defend that area. And actually, it looks like this diplomatic mission is done. You don't have to do anything. Your job is done. You didn't abort anything that really really mattered. Oh yeah, I should probably build a new... Oh, they're building X-Wings. I'll worry about building a new Nebulon B frigate later. They seem to be very susceptible to destruction. Alright, it is day 1200. And I've... In the process of kind of moving around this sector, taking over the area around Coruscant is going very, very well. I feel that right now it's basically just a matter of time before victory more than anything else. I'm not necessarily going to be worrying that much about,
R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has been received. R2 says one of our agents is reporting in.
Oh, this guy's still doing stuff. I forgot about that. I'm not going to worry so much about construction of mining facilities or... what was the other one?
How can I assist you?
refineries. At this moment, because my main task is really to take over all of the Empire's planets, and I'm going to get a lot of mining facilities and refineries in that fashion. Now, let's see if this planet has any sort of defense. It should not take too long. Although a watched starship never arrives. 1211. So one more day. Oh, they've got TIE fighters. I've got 1 billion ships. And of course, no casualties. So, although I'm guessing that explains why. Oh, maybe I should just have Varn pump out a couple Nebulon B frigates, because those seem particularly susceptible to destruction. Let's say 5 of them. And then as for Corson, they of course are well defended. Let us save my game, because I'm paranoid. Ah, I lost my Corellian Corvette.
R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has been received. R2 says one of our agents is reporting in.
Ooh. They have their own troop training facilities. I won't need... Thrawn captured. Excellent. So now I'm carrying around 2 of the Empire's figures. Alright, so I'm gonna need Ovena to build some shield generators. Balmora can build a laser defense system. And Averum can supply the troops, which they are still in the process of building more. So actually, this area just gave me more upkeep, so I can get rid of that, because I don't need it. The CC 9600 frigate exists. It seems... Oh.
R2 says one of our agents is reporting in.
So it's an interdictor with more combat ability, and the ability to carry troops. Interesting. Let's see if they have any more... If they're still going... Nope, they're still going. Interesting. There are a lot of ships.
R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has been received.
Oh.
R2 has a message.
Oh no.
Personnel.
They're sending one ship at me. What will I do?
R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has been received.
Huh. They tried blockading Raltir, but to what end? Alright, so Corson is now well defended. let us move the ships to... save our game and move the ships to 1227. To Yaga Minor, and that will complete out the Seswana sector.
R2 has a message from one of our field personnel. R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has been received.
Oh?
R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has
You know,
been
they're
received.
blowing up a lot of these construction sites at Amorous,
Message from maintenance
but
that
I
needs
don't
immediate
actually
attention.
need it to build anything. I just need to pay attention to how popular I am.
R2 has a message from one of our field personnel. R2.
Alright, on Yaga Minor they have TIE fighters, and that is it. Ah, this is where they're building their fleet. And they actually have a pretty decent system allotment. But their fleet is dead. No casualties so far. So let's save the game again. And then try out bombardment. This is going to be a little bit different because they're defending with a ion cannon this time instead of a laser cannon. So we'll see. And they have the Gen Core level 2s. So planetary bombardment.
R2 has some good news about
No
some
casualties.
R2 indicates that a manufacturing message
And
has
that
been
destroyed
received.
everybody, which means they are now on my side.
One of our agents is reporting in.
Wait, wasn't she captured by the Empire? Have I finally reclaimed her? Fantastic. She can go on the ship and become the general. Oh, but she can't attain a command until she's healthy. That makes sense. So now that I'm... Okay, I'm gonna destroy all of these shipyards because I cannot really afford them just yet. I mean, it would be useful to have, but I do not need them. And also, I think this is an interesting lesson for myself, because I previously was under the impression of building more of the ion cannons as opposed to the laser defense systems, whereas the laser defense systems actually do damage, the ion cannons do not. And because of that, I lost nothing in the exchange. But it's interesting in that I managed to do all of this without actually, like, I only actually had to assault one planet in this entire exchange. Everybody else had kind of already kind of switched over to the rebellion, and because of all the damage the Empire was doing to their own popularity,
R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has been received.
and actually I think I'm going to build some because none of the planets in this section really had anything. So I should build 7 mines on Yaga Minor. But I can't because there's a limit to how many mines you can build, so I'll build that maximum number. You know, I think I'm going to go south, and by south I mean down in the circuit. I'm going to head to Corellian sector first, and then I'm going to head to the the Fakir sector next, because these two planetary systems are getting a lot of trouble. Alright, it is day 1250. Let's save there. And I've taken over the Seswana sector. I'm almost ready to move on. I just need to wait for these shield generators to... So it's 12 more days, and then I can move everybody over to Corellia. And it's going to take 32 days to get there. So I probably should, in that interim, build a whole bunch of Celestin regiments. So that I can start moving them, let's say 7 per sector, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we want to build 35 Celestin regiments. Okay, so Varn is done building, so what I'm going to do is first I'm going to have them replace the Corellian Corvette that was broken, and I'll have them build 2 of them, because that's not going to take long. Then I will have them build the alternate interdictor cruisers.
R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has been received.
Alas, they're trying their best, but their best is not going to be enough.
R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has been received.
Ah, she's been healed. I can make her the general now.
R2 has a message from one of our field personnel.
And actually, before I forget, I'll send the diplomatic team down to X. I'll send them to Drawl, just in case they are needed. And then I will send these guys to... X-Queen, stage the... Zy-Queen, stage them there. So that when they arrive, I can then save my game and move them in place.
Message has been received.
Says
there's a message coming in from a planetary system.
You know, I was thinking to myself, it's been a while since there's been a natural disaster. Lo and behold, there's a natural disaster. I mean, I should be alright, but I didn't need natural disasters mucking up my works. Especially since right now I'm largely just playing the waiting game. Right now I'm just waiting for the fleet to arrive in the Corellian sector, and that's essentially just going to take time. Let's see how that has imbalanced everything. It has thrown off the amount of mines. So I'll have Balmora build a couple mines for itself that will help return my status.
R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has been received. R2 has a message from one of our field personnel.
Like, oh my, they're doing assassination missions to Keteris? Who's on Keteris? Oh, Affian. Okay, whatever.
R2 says one of our agents is reporting in. R2 has a message from one of our field personnel.
Oh my. the Corellian corvette that was just built has beaten the fleet over, which is interesting. All of these ships might actually beat the huge fleet, but I guess that makes sense. It's still 8 more days for the major fleet to head in, and then I can start moving people around.
To hyperspace and has arrived at its destination. Oh dear, R2 has a message from one of our planetary systems indicating that the Empire is blockading the planet.
Okay. I was not expecting that. I must not have been paying attention to the fact that, Talus was open, so I clearly need to fix that real quick-like.
There is a message from one of our fleets indicating it has dropped out of hyperspace and has arrived at its destination.
That is a little bit on the disappointing side. But I can fix it. I can make it better. Also, day 1300. Which, I was not expecting the Empire to take over any of my planets, but I clearly did not pay attention to the fact that it was not properly shielded. And that mistake has slipped through the gaps. That said, I can now replace all of those lost troops. That should not be a problem. With any luck, this fleet will still be here when I get there, so I can take it out. And that will mean...
There is a message from one of our fleets indicating it has dropped out of hyperspace and has arrived at its destination.
They are not there. That is disappointing. Oh well. It still only has one shield generator, so actually, let's save our game. And we won't even bother with assaulting the planet. We'll just target military facilities, and they will join us. Unfortunately, this means destroying my own... Uprising Honduras. Destroying my own shield generator that I had there, which was useful. I just realized that means also that it had no laser defense, or maybe they destroyed it in their own planetary bombardment, which is very disappointing. But now I'm kind of wondering where their fleet is. That is quite troubling that they have a decent fleet out there. So I wonder if they're going to actually send their fleet back to try to stop me, or if they're going to send their fleet around elsewhere, because that might be the fleet that's been going around blockading other planets.
There is a message from one of our units indicating it has arrived at its destination.
He gets really hype about units arriving in their destination. Just gotta say.
R2 has a message from one of our field personnel. R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has been received.
So Pantaloon has a...
that needs your immediate attention.
How are their troops? Let's build some more troops. They had a shield generator blow up, so let's add on 4 troops.
One of our field personnel.
Okay, so they're still in the Corellian sector.
One of our fleets indicating it has dropped out of hyperspace and has arrived at its destination. Oh dear, R2 has a message from one of our planetary systems indicating that the Empire is blockading the planet.
They haven't quite moved on just yet. And actually, now that that is done, let us build a laser defense, and then I can move on to other planets like I was planning to do from the get-go. Maybe go with the one that's currently in Uprising.
I'm afraid R2 has some bad news about support for the Alliance.
Did they get another planet?
R2 indicates that the manufacturing manufacturing message has been received.
Ah, they cleared out the Sluis sector.
Agents is reporting in. R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has been received.
Do not worry, Sluis sector.
R2 has a message from one of our field personnel.
I will be coming after you shortly enough.
There is a message from one of our...
Huh, I just realized there are a few ships that are damaged, but that is fine because now... it seems as if Duros has no, guns. So let's head over to Duros and claim that for my own.
R2 has a message from one of our field personnel. R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has been received.
Oh,
There is a message from maintenance.
oh, that's just a construction yard on a planet that I'm not even using anymore.
R2 indicates that a manufacturing message
Actually,
has been received.
let's see if the headquarters has arrived. It is. It's probably been there for a while, and I have not been paying attention.
R2 has a message from one of our field personnel. R2 says one of our agents is reporting in.
And they've got TIE fighters and TIE interceptors.
R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has been received.
And they lost all of their ships. I'm fine. But unfortunately, they do have a gun battery, so I'm going to save my game. That seems to be a running theme. Save my game, bombard. Save my game, move. But can you blame me for necessarily being cautious? Actually,
Has some good news about support for the Alliance.
I lost another Nebulon B frigate.
That a manufacturing message has been received.
Alright, so they've joined us. I could really just use their own facilities to build their defenses, so that might be a little bit faster, and then destroy their facilities so that I can build mines. Although it looks as though a lot of the other planets are essentially going to be without popular support for the rebellion, so that might make hitting these other planets a little bit slower to fix. Like, some of them might actually care about needing a garrison.
R2 has a message
Maybe.
from one of our field personnel.
Like, they're still trying to do a lot of reconnaissance missions. They're still trying to go through the motions of attempting to succeed. Okay, 1348 is when I can be on the move again.
R2 has a message from one of porting in.
Alright, so Duros is now partially defended. That's not what I want to hear. I guess that got delayed.
R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has been received.
Now Duros is defended. And it is day 1350. Let us save our game. And let's see if we can mop up this sector. Where shall we go? Let's go to Corellia, because they are probably... Let's go to Corellia, then Commoner, then Salonia, and then finish off with Corfay. Oh, yeah.
R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has been received.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think I'm going to keep their construction sites so I could build faster. And the shipyard, I'll hold back on building any new ships just yet.
R2 has a message from one of our field personnel.
Ah.
R2 indicates that a manufacturing message
And
has
here
been
is
received.
the fleet that took over Talus earlier. And there goes the fleet that took over Talus earlier. which is very convenient. And they have no defenses. Interesting. Which means I can just assault their planet. But they don't like their planet being assaulted. Nobody likes their planet being assaulted. I understand. But allow these fine folk over here to tell you why you're wrong. And then also, so they've got a minimum garrison requirement. We are going to send over these guys and one of these guys.
How can I assist?
And also, since they have no defenses, let's fix that. I've got a lot of refineries, so I can destroy 3 of those without any remorse. And then I can have, let's have Zyqueen build some shield generators. And Duros can take care of the laser defense system. This area, this might be slowed down a bit because of the lack of popular support. Yeah, that might end up slowing me down just a bit. Oh, but they've moved on. So, like, I still don't need to,
R2 has a message from one of our field personnel.
I still don't need to kind of raise the public support on all planets. Like, I can still just garrison the planets and then move on with my life. Because it would take a very long time to wait for every single planet to be completely supportive of the rebellion. And I don't actually need to do that. Like, oh, hold on. The Sullustan Regiment has arrived, which means I can return the Wookiees to the fleet. So they got the regiment. The shield generators are on their way, day 1375, and once that happens, then I'm going to move on to Commodore, despite the fact that that planet, Corellia, doesn't necessarily like me yet. But they like me enough. And that's the point. Or at the very least, the point to this part of galactic conquest. And they seem to be moving a fleet around all of the rebel systems. I don't know what they're trying to accomplish, though. So it's going to take 4 days to arrive. Smuggling losses. To be fair, that's expected. Though this place is well garrisoned, so I should, in theory, be okay.
R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has been received.
And I've got my diplomatic team hard at work. Hopefully that's enough.
There is a message from the president.
And this one just has...
One of our planetary systems, indicating that the Empire is blockading the planet.
they damaged a few X-Wings.
The
Which...
Empire is bombarding one of our planets. You must help them.
with an escort carrier that has no troops on it. They can do what they want out there.
Our goal has been achieved.
Alright, so they've got... Let's be bold. Let's not worry about saving our game, because we're still going to bombard the planet, and we're still going to assault the planet. So, target military facilities. Raise that place to the ground. Take no damage, because all they had was ion cannons. And then planetary assaults.
R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has been received. R2 says one of our agents is reporting in.
Who's Veers? Oh, it's Veers. Oh yeah, Veers I think was in The Empire Strikes Back, if I remember correctly. So let's move. Seven of those guys there. And let's also get rid of all of their industry. They don't need no industry in this planet. Although, maybe I'll keep the shipyards, that way that I have a place that has shipyards that's more accessible. Rather than have my closest building shipyard area on the complete left side of the galaxy. I don't know why they're bombarding this empty planet. Oh wait, there's an Alliance field. There's a single Alliance field regiment, and they're ineffective against bombarding that single one.
There is a message from maintenance that needs your
That's fine.
attention. There is a message from one of our fleets indicating it has dropped out of hyperspace and has arrived at its destination. R2 has a message indicating that one of our ships has completed all repairs and is now fully operational.
Actually, I probably should worry about shielding these research guys, because they've been managing unprotected for a very long time.
Has been received.
Ooh, oh my, Corellia is now halfway to fully supporting the rebellion.
R2 has a message indicating that one of our fighter squadrons has replaced its losses and is now at full
Ooh,
strength.
and they've actually got a pretty decent
R2 has a message from one of
fleet
our
over there.
systems indicating that the Empire is blockaded.
Our goal has been achieved.
Ooh, and now that system supports the Alliance. Excellent. But it is time for this fleet to move on and take on Salonia. So that's going to be 5 days. So there's going to be smuggling losses, to be fair. But that's okay. I can deal. And they have TIE fighters, TIE interceptors, and they've got another shipyard planet? And there's General Orlok. So what's going on this planet? They've got an ion cannon that is useless. Huh. I wonder, can I get them to incite an uprising? Do I have anybody who would be able to do this? I mean, that will take longer. I've got these guys. Okay. So let us planetary bombardment. So they're about, like, above the O, in between the O and the A in popularity.
R2 has some good news about support for the Alliance.
Oh, and then they joined us.
Says one of our agents is reporting in.
And Orlok got captured. That is convenient. I was worried I would have to... And Corfei became neutral? Interesting. Which means, interesting. Okay, so let's build defenses on Salonia. Actually, that's a little problematic, because now I have to be a little bit diplomatic in regards to my approach. So let's have Mon Mothma do diplomacy there. Leia can go there. Luke can go there.
Right away.
And Jan can try converting Corfei. And then I'll just worry about Corfei later. So I can just move on to the next system.
The manufacturing message has been received.
Which I suppose makes it a little bit more convenient. I just need to worry about Salonia making sure it is well defended. And then I will send my fleet over to Bakir? Bakir? Halawan. I can pronounce that. Thank you for watching. Questions, comments, recommendations for something to play next? Comment down below or send it on over to itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. That's itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. So long for now.